really changed the trajectory of that game, which led to Bethunecookman not only getting momentum, but also picking up a victory over Alabama A&M, making it a very long road trip for the Bulldogs down in the state of Florida.
Right. So Alabama A&M's coming out in man-to-man defense.
Indeed they are. They get the ball over to Jesus Martin, and then
they're going to count that basket because Moody touched it on the way down. They agreed Harvard for the foul, but they counted that basket because of Moody's block, attempt block.
So going to the line right now is Daniel Ruzan, young man from Las Vegas, Nevada. And he makes it a 3-0 game. So here comes Alabama A&M with their first possession. Dylan McClain running the point guard, gets over to Chad Moody, now in the hands of London Riley. As we mentioned, 4 seniors on the floor along with Chad Moody to start this game. Bulldogs in their black. Dylan McClain rises high, cannot get the jumper to fall. Bethunecookman coming through with the rebound. And then the Wildcats go into a double team with London Riley and Lorenzo Downey. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Alabama A&M.
Right. Mo, I think today that the Bulldogs are going to stay in there trapping defense for most of the game. I think they want to try to spark some offense by getting some turnovers.
So here's Jesus Martin. Being guarded by Lorenzo Downey. And here's a jumper.
Yep, and they're going to get Lorenzo Downey on that one, reaching in. They're going to count that basket, and they'll go to the line again.
So Bethunecookman with a chance to go up 6-0 coming up. There you see head coach Reggie Theus, playing in the NBA for a number of years. Funniest thing about him was that I've learned now through research, he was the star for the Chicago Bulls, but the rest of the team was trash. Right. So he got traded, and then the Bulls were still bad. And the year he gets traded, that following summer, they draft some guy named Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I remember from his days at UNLV, played with some great teams.
And they try to backdoor cut to Lorenzo Downey. Kick ball. Ball will remain with Alabama A&M. But as we mentioned, yeah, Reggie Theus, one of those guys, he was a great ball player. You just have to kind of just look up to see the situations he was in most times. But solid ball player, wasn't an all-star. I think 2-time all-star, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And then, he's had stints on the NBA level, the high school level, and now collegiate level as both the athletic director and the head basketball coach.
Right. I know he's loving Daytona Beach. That probably reminds him of his time out in Vegas.
And with 2 kids from Vegas on this roster, it lets you know that he's still got those connections. As Austin Harvell gets Alabama A&M on the board, finally Alabama A&M trailing 6-2.
Right. I know the fans are happy, so now they can have their seat.
Exactly. They were standing up for about a minute and a half. Here's Bethunecookman trying to extend their lead. With the rock right now, this is Seneca Willoughby, young man from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jesus Martin going inside and getting the bucket in the paint is Daniel Ruzan,
right?
The Las Vegas native.
Right, they didn't handle that pick and roll right that time. Easy basket for the Wildcats.
Dylan McClain running the offense right now for Alabama A&M. Gets to the hands of London Riley. Back over to Chad Moody. Moody loses it momentarily, but corrals it. Back over to McClain. 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. Austin Harvell clears the lane. Here's McClain going up. Offhand, cannot get the jumper to fall.
Right, and Bethune's going to push through the Bulldogs are late getting back.
Here's a near wing 3 off the mark right there by Trey Thomas. Ball tapped around. Bethunecookman will keep the possession.
Yep, that was a hard fall that time for Jesus Martin.
Daniel Ruzan rises up and hits from the top of the key. Bethune now on top. It's hitting the 2.
Right, and coach has seen enough. He's going to go ahead and get his normal people into the game.
Coach, by the way, were you like big on playing the seniors in the starting lineup? I know it varies from coach to coach.
Right. I tried my best to do it, but if you end up with a team with a bunch of seniors on you, then you're a little more hesitant. I'm going to tell you one of the lowlights of my coaching career. We had a senior on my team one time, and, I forgot to get him in the game. And I felt really bad about it. I'll bring up his name because he knows I've apologized a million times. Reggie Porter.
Okay.
In his senior year, I forgot to get him in the game on senior night, and that's on me.
Wholesale change of guys coming in with the exception of Downey and Chad Moody now on the floor for Alabama A&M. Here's another three-point attempt by Bethunecookman. Hits the back iron. Looking at Bethunecookman's stats right now, Daniel Ruzon, he's got all 10 points for the Wildcats.
Right. Well, what has to happen now, Alabama A&M has got to get into the offensive rhythm, offensive flow.
And Chad Moody loses the rock out of bounds. Took his mind off of the play.
Right. He was trying to move before he got that one that time.
There it is. The equivalent to if a receiver drops a wide open pass because they were running.
Before they caught it.
Yep.
But the Bulldogs they're playing pretty aggressive out on the perimeter.
The ball tapped around. And then step back jumper by Bethunecookman. Off the mark right there by Trey Thomas. Rebound goes to Quincy McGriff. Now, Lorenzo Downey for three. Off the mark. Rebound goes over to Alabama A&M. That's A.C. Bryant getting his first action. Chad Moody with the drive inside. He used the left hand to get the bucket.
Right, good move by Chad. If he shot that one with his right, he probably would have gotten it blocked.
10-4 is our score, approaching the first media timeout on the next stoppage of play. We'll hear from Evan Hayes with the Bulldogs All Access sideline report coming up. And that goes through the hands and out of bounds. And now it's time to take that sports media timeout. 10-4 is our score. Bethunecookman out in front. We'll be back with more Bulldogs All Access.
Bulldog Nation, the 150th anniversary campaign will raise $15 million through the gifts of 10,000 Alabama A&M alumni and friends. We're pleased to announce that as of today, the campaign has raised $2.2 million towards the goal. Let's keep it going. Learn more and join the campaign by making your gift to any Alabama A&M initiative at www.aamu.edu/150.
Hey, Bulldog Nation, I am your athletic director, Paul A. Bryant. I'm extending an offer for you to join the official booster club of AAMU Sports, and that is the Bulldog Club. You can join by visiting AAMUsports.com. Want to see you there, and as always, go Bulldogs!
Evan.
Guys, in that huddle, Coach Lee was emphasizing slowing down the pace. Too many turnovers starting off the game. He even knows BCU is not applying a lot of pressure on the defense end, so he wants to slow the ball down, get inside the paint, and force the wheel on BCU. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Evan Hayes, with the Bulldogs All Access sideline report. Here's Here's A.C. Bryant driving, kicks it out over Lorenzo Downey for three, and it's good from the far corner. Lorenzo Downey is good to make it a three-point game. 10-7 is our score.
Right.
Now getting behind the defense right there, though, is a Ruzan. Ruzan now has 12 points for Bethunecookman.
Right, and see, he's cooking, man, and what the problem is, the Bulldogs aren't getting back. Their transition defense is not where it needs to be.
Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats.
And they're operating out of their horn set that time on that kick out of bounds.
A.C. Bryant trying to get the ball in, and he just does. St. Lucie now with the rock. Telling Quincy McGriff to clear out.
Yep.
Try to work. They want to work it inside to Chad Moody. Kickball will remain with Alabama A&M.
Yeah, he wanted him to do a cross screen for Moody to come to the near block.
If for some reason you're just joining us, the Alabama A&M women's basketball team was able to pick up a big victory today over Bethunecookman. With the victory and a loss by Jackson State, Alabama A&M pulls into second place right behind Texas Southern and Southern, who are tied for first. A lot of basketball left to be played. No one has locked down the 1, 2, 3, or 4 spots in the SWAC women's division, as literally everyone is separated by about a half a game. Keep in mind, Alabama A&M's women, they travel to Alabama State next Saturday for a game on HBCU Go. Coach and I are going to have to pull up our pull up our iPads while we're on SWAC Digital Network to keep an eye out on that one. St. Lucie pulls up for three, can't get the lucky bounce, ball goes out of bounds.
It should
stay with Alabama A&M, yes. So Lady Bulldogs will go to Alabama State next Saturday for a huge rivalry game inside the Dunn Oliver Acadome, and then they will wrap up the season at Grambling and at Southern. The potential for the game against Southern could be for a 1 or 2 seed for both of those squads, as Quincy McGriff misses the off-balance jumper.
Right.
Coach, you talk about being in a pressure cooker situation, but not it being a bad situation for Coach Thornton and company. It's about as good as you can get for the Lady Bulldogs.
Oh, yes. So, but the road, they've been winning all year on the road. This is the time they need to win.
Absolutely. Here's an air ball right here by Jesus Martin. Quincy McGriff brings the ball back up court and dribbles between 3 defenders, lose the ball momentarily, gets it back over to Downey. Downey driving inside. He gets caught up. He's got to get it out of his hands to A.C. Bryant. Still got 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. They go inside to Moody. Extra pass to St. Lucie. Another pass Lorenzo Downey for 3. Bank shot, and it is good.
On a Saturday, the bank is still open.
Exactly. It's 5:16 p.m., but don't tell that to Lorenzo Downey. Now I just wonder, is he a Regis man? Is he a Bank of America guy? A Chase guy?
Or Redstone?
Redstone Federal Credit Union? Yeah. There's a whole lot of them here in North Alabama that you can choose from. Synovus.
Yes.
Here's Quincy McGriff. Back over to Lorenzo Downey. Another three-pointer, and it's good. Downey is feeling it now from all aspects of three-point range. Far corner, far wing, near wing. That's where he's knocked down three-pointers from early on. Bethunecookman trailing for the first time this evening, 13-12. Alabama A&M out in front. Here's a kick out. Jesus Martin for 3 himself. Hits the back on rebound. St. Lucie.
Right, they got to get it out, though. They got to push ahead.
Here's A.C. Bryant. Pulls up for 3 and another three-pointer from downtown Huntsville. Alabama A&M is feeling it from three-point range early on here inside of the Event Center. 4th three-pointer of the evening. They are 4 from 6 from three-point land, Coach.
Right, and that was A.C.'s first shot attempt of the day. And he's Alabama A&M's leading scorer on the year at 14 again.
Here's a drive inside. Bethunecookman somehow gets the bucket right there.
Right, that ball went through a lot of hands that time. AC heat check.
And And the heat check not working in that situation. Alabama A&M remains on top, 16-14. We want to credit Trey Thomas with that last bucket by Bethunecookman. Next option to play will be another media timeout here inside of the event center. Right now, Alabama A&M on top by 2. Jesus Morton kicks it out. Here's a three-pointer wide open for Bethunecookman. Off the mark, though, by Trey Thomas. Back-to-back misses.
They need to try to find Downing.
Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bethunecookman. And with that being said, media timeout. 11:21 to go. 16-14. Alabama A&M on top of Bethunecookman. More SWAC basketball on Bulldogs All Access. Brought to you by WJAB is next.
How's this year's lineup looking?
It's looking great. We got a lot of MVVs and they are looking outstanding. Next.
Yes, what about trade?
Ma'am, you know University Kia always gives up to $5,000 of a KBB trade-in value. Right now, get up to $5,000 over book value for any trade. Shop from our large selection of new 2024 Kias, including Iris and fully electric EV9. And if you bring home $350 per week, we want to approve you for a new Kia today. Only at University Kia.
Attention Bulldogs, shirts and rally towels sponsored by R&R Sports. Visit the R&R Sports family for all your Bulldog Can Day apparel. Serving AAMU and the Huntsville community for over 20 years. Go Bulldog.
Dog Nation, you like to send the sounds on the ones and twos with DJ Zach Allen. Let's go and turn this thing into a party, Zach Allen. Let's turn them up. Let's lock in, Bulldogs. Let's kick this energy up. Big hustle.
11:21 to go here in the first half. Alabama A&M 16, Bethunecookman 14. Ball is tapped around, hits somebody's head, and then it gets in the hands of a Wildcats offensive player. They throw it up court, 2-on-1 situation, and the dunk is rejected right there
By
Clarence Crosby, but then the putback is good by the Wildcats. We're all knotted up at 16 apiece.
Right. Bulldog coming out of the timeout, and you don't want to see a turnover coming out of a timeout.
Let alone a dunk.
Right.
It's Quincy McGriff backing his way down into the paint, kicks it out to London Riley. Deep three for Riley, in and out. Jesus Martin coming down with the rebound. And
Jesus is being mean down there.
yeah,
Block, man.
oh, absolutely. He's checking it for sure.
Right. You like to see that aggressiveness, Doc. You know, Coach has already told me that Bethunecookman is one of the most aggressive teams in the SWAC, and I saw that when the Bulldogs played him down in Daytona Beach.
Absolutely. As we mentioned, you know, that was a really close game, and then once the scuffle happened and Alabama A&M lost 3 starters, it just changed the entire trajectory of that game, especially from a momentum standpoint. And Bethune, used that to go on to get the victory as the Wildcats get the air ball right here. Rebound goes back to the Wildcats, and then that's going to be a shot clock violation. Alabama A&M will take the ball back over.
Right. Great defense by the Bulldogs on that trip.
There you see head coach Otis Hughley Jr. and also head coach Reggie Theus. Fun fact about Reggie Theus, I talk about the Hollywood career. He starred in a NBC teen show called Hang Time, in which he played a head basketball coach of a high school, I think in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the first big-time role for one Anthony Anderson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Anthony Anderson played either his godchild or his nephew, one of the two. And 2 years ago at the SWAC Media Day for basketball, I asked him about it, and they said they stay in contact from time to time, but he also tells like, yeah, you know, he's still my godchild.
Yeah, that's all right.
And then the funny thing, too, was he said technically that was his first head coaching gig.
Yep.
And I had to ask him, like, well, how does a fictional head coaching gig parlay into a regular head coaching gig? And he said, hey, I had to learn all the same things every head coach will learn.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
Ball goes out of bounds right here, and they're going to say it remains with Bethunecookman. Allow Abdul-Rahman checking into the game now for Alabama A&M.
And that means instant transition. Now the Bulldogs will be better in the transition game with Bilal on the floor.
So now Alabama A&M's got 3 guards on the floor with London Riley, Bilal, and Dylan McClain.
Right, the officials slowing the game up. They're telling Razan he has to put his shirt in.
So Bethunecookman getting the ball in play. Here comes Reggie Ward Jr. So double team right here. Ward now with the ball. And shot clock violation. Just no court awareness on that play, Coach.
Right. They did Bulldogs did a good job with that trap. Forced the pass and then give them enough time to recover from it.
So far right now, Alabama A&M 6 of 14 from the field, but they are 4 of 9 from three-point range. Bethune-Cookman 7 of 18 from the field, 0 of 7 from three-point range. Could that make a difference later on? We'll have to find out. Here's Bilal Abdul-Rahman coming off the screen, kicking it out. London Riley thought about a three-pointer. He'll take it now. Three-pointer way off the mark. Long rebound corralled by Bethune-Cookman. Pushing it up court is Daniel Ruzan, and taking the dunk city right there for Bethune-Cookman.
Right. They pushed the ball back down the floor off for that miss.
And Cookman back on top, 18 to 16, but not for long as Clarence Crosby gets the bucket and one.
Right, good high low from Mr. Say. Mr. Say got it down to his teammate on the block. Good seal in there by Crosby.
Want to give credit, Khalil Kamara coming through with the big dunk for Bethune-Cookman on the previous possession. Now Clarence Crosby ties the ball game up at 18 apiece. He's got a chance to tie it up. He's got a chance to give Alabama A&M the lead again at 19 to 18 with this bucket coming up.
Right, Moody and Ford in the game for the Bulldogs.
So more still the same. It'll be a 3-guard set with 2 post players for Alabama A&M. And Crosby completes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. 19-18, Bulldogs out in front. Bulldogs going with a little half-court pressure. But Bethune-Cookman is able to get it across half court. Now in the hands of Trey Thomas. And then, we had a nasty fall right here between Bilal Abdul-Rahman and David Onania.
Yeah, Onania. Bilal did what he was supposed to do. You don't give up dunks. You don't give up layups like that this early in the game. He knocked it away from him, and it was a hard foul. See, as he reached in.
Yeah, I mean, he got
a lot of the ball.
Absolutely. And officials agree with that. They don't have to review that or anything. They're just going to they'll send David Onania to the line for Bethune-Cookman.
Right. Now, Nanye was trying to get them to call a tech on that, but that's just a hard basketball play.
6'8", redshirt sophomore from Cameroon. So it looks like Alabama A&M is not the only team that loves to go the international route for recruiting.
Yeah, Coach Hughley wants him to look at the free throw line, because on that first shot, he stepped across.
Onania getting the second of the free throws, and he ties the ball game up. We're not at 19 apiece, 8:14 to go. here in the first half. Coming up next, we'll have SWAC scores from around the league as Bilal Abdul-Rahman misses the three-pointer. Here comes Bethunecookman. It's Ward Jr. with an opportunity to put his team up. He'll kick it out over to Trey Thomas.
Right, Coach Steels wants a specific set.
Finding out the double team right there was Trey Thomas. And with that being said, we'll take our under 8 media timeout. We're all tied at 19. More SWAC basketball on Bulldogs All Access is coming up next.
Pastor Troy, 2 Corinthians 2:14, God says, I will always cause you to be triumphant. Listen to me, whatever you're going through, God will always cause you to be victorious. Come and worship with us at the Fellowship of Faith, where Jesus is exalted, the word is explained. Let's go, Bulldogs.
With the Bulldogs All Access sideline report. Evan?
Yeah, Mo. And that, the coach was talking about the half court, get down and driving and kicking. He needs to move the ball around, too many selfish shots, and also getting out in transition. On the defensive side of the ball, applying more pressure into fully gang rebound. All 5 guys need to be crashing the ball. Get out in this zone right now and get out in transition, and let's get this W. Back to you, Mo.
All right, thank you so much, Evan Hayes, with the Bulldogs All Access sideline report. And looks like Clarence Crosby is going to be called for the foul right here to send Bethunecookman back to the line. That'll be Trey Thomas coming up, going to the line. Young man from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
Right. Crosby wanted verticality on that one. He said, I went straight up. That was a time when the Bulldogs thought that they had another shot clock violation coming up.
Knocking down the free throw is Thomas. Makes it 20-19.
He shoots it at a 77% clip, so he's comfortable at that free throw line.
Speaking of good shooters, Lorenzo Downey checking back into the game now for Alabama A&M.
Now, I hope his teammates find him because he seems to be in the groove.
And taking it to the rack right there, A.C. Bryant giving Alabama A&M a 1-point lead. And Darius Ford putting good defense on Trey Thomas. Thomas has got to give it up. He gets in the hands of Reggie Ward Jr. Here comes Reggie using the left hand. Throws it back over to Ruzan. He uses the left hand as well. Nothing doing, but the putback is good for Bethunecookman. Let's credit that one right there to Khalil Kamara. Now here comes Lorenzo Downey. Cross-court pass. Throws it back over to A.C. Bryant. And Bryant skies high and gets the finger roll with the left hand.
Right, good cut to the basket by A.C. and good find.
23-22 is our score. Reggie Ward Jr. trying to take it to the rack on the right side. Ball is blocked by Chad Moody. They're going to say last touch by Moody, so Bethunecookman will keep the ball with 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. A couple of Bethunecookman players checking into the game right now.
Very physical game out there on the floor, Mo.
Indeed. Jesus Martin checking into the game, and also Bethunecookman Willoughby also checking into the game. Jesus Martin, a grad transfer who calls the country of Spain home.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to post up these smaller guards from A&M.
Here's Martin, the corner three-pointer, doesn't even hit the rim. A.C. Bryant coming down with the rebound. Going inside again, but Bryant this time cannot connect. So here's Jesus Martin, and we're going to get we're going to get a defensive foul on Alabama A&M.
Right, and they're saying the official was right there. We had a baseline official that didn't see that as a foul.
Yeah, the official on the backside giving the call right there. Coach Otis Hugler Jr. said, hey, Martin took an extra step.
That's going to put Martin at the free throw line where he shoots at a 75% clip.
And he is good on the first free throw attempt. Jesus Martin, he's a grad student, transfer, played his first couple of years in the SEC, the University of Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Malaga, Spain is his hometown. Not too well equipped on my Spanish geography, so I really don't know where that is. Know where Barcelona is.
Okay. No, what they did that time, they took Bala out of the game and Ford stayed in.
Yeah, so Darius Ford running the point guard position now for Alabama A&M. Also, Warren back into the game. Warren Ye, excuse me.
Right.
And the ball gets tipped around. Lorenzo Downey eventually gets it. It's almost like people were frozen in time for a second. I don't know why. All right, here's Warren Ye. Thinking about a three-pointer, instead he throws it inside to Chad Moody. Moody going baseline, goes high off the glass and scores. Chad Moody with that bucket on the baseline for Alabama A&M.
Right. Moody did a good job of getting to the basket that time.
25-24 is our score. 5:30 to go here in the first half. Can Bethunecookman respond? The answer is no. Darius Ford bringing the ball up. Here's Warren Ye. The far corner three, off the mark. Ball tipped around and tried to be put back by Chad Moody. That's also off the mark. Here comes Thomas with a head of steam. And doesn't get the bucket, but the putback is good by Bethunecookman. Credit that one right there to Daniel Ruzon, who continues to be the leading scorer in this contest, Coach.
Right, and Downey got that block, but he didn't have any help. He didn't have enough people coming back to get that defensive rebound.
Ruzon already has 14 points in the first half. Ball tipped around, almost stolen by Bethune, but Alabama A&M corrals it. Darius Ford stepping back, three-pointer, off the mark. Rebound, Bethunecookman.
Yeah, he's already, he averages 11 points a game, so he's well above that with 14.
Here's Jesus Martin. Nice extra pass right there, and then Alabama A&M is going to be called for the shooting foul. A.C. Bryant to be called for that foul right there. That'll send Bethunecookman back to the free throw line right now. Bethunecookman at the line there, 75%, 6 of 8 from the field. Daniel Ruzon, the Las Vegas native, heading to the charity stripe. He shoots it 66%.
But he's feeling it tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he had 12 of Bethunecookman's first 14 points.
Right.
Including the first 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. You see, right now that basket looks like the ocean to him. Everything he puts up, he's getting a good visual on that goal.
Want to take time out to congratulate the individuals representing Alabama A&M today at the HBCU Legacy Bowl down in New Orleans. That's running back Donovan Eaglin, along with wide receiver Keenan Hambrick, and another special treat, new Alabama A&M football coach. Sam Shade is the co-head coach of Team Robinson, which consists of squads and players from the SIAC and the SWAC. Interesting note, too, Coach, he's teaming up with T.C. Taylor, and he'll face head-to-head when Alabama A&M takes on Jackson State down in the Gulf Coast Challenge in October.
Right. I'll be at that game. I've made most of those challenges. I plan to put that one on the calendar as well.
All righty. Yep. Make sure you get that one on the calendar, and then homecoming is the next week here on the campus of Alabama A&M University. Here's an outside three-pointer by London Riley off the mark. Jesus Martin coming down with a big rebound.
Yeah, he's clearing people out of there, man. He's a very physical player. And I didn't know they played that physical in Spain.
I did not either. I mean, the Gasol brothers from time to time got physical, but Martin is definitely showing a different version of it. And how about Moody pinning Trey Thomas on the backboard with the block, but then Ward Jr. comes up with the steal. Trey Thomas, the outside three-pointer, is good for Bethunecookman. What a sequence right there for Bethunecookman. Yep. Wildcats now on top 29-25 as we approach 3 minutes to go into the game right now for Alabama A&M. This is Jalen Cologne. London Riley, three-point in the corner. He thought about it. Gets the ball right back. He's trying to get it to Moody. Instead of getting over to Warren Ye. Warren Ye back over to London Riley. The near wing three is good from downtown Huntsville.
Good ball moving by the A&M Bulldogs. Anytime you can move the ball from the weak side, from side to side, you create shots for your teammates.
Alabama A&M trailing by a point, 2:46 to go in the first half. Here's Ward Jr. driving inside shot, blocked right there
by Moody.
By Chad Moody. Alabama A&M with numbers. Here's Warren Ye taking it to the rack, and Warren Ye will go to the free throw line when we come back from a sports media timeout. 29-28 is our score. We'll be back with more SWAC basketball on Bulldogs All Access.
Be sure to subscribe to From the Hill Podcast on YouTube to stay updated with A&M Athletics and the HBCU community as a whole. New episodes are every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's fun. It's you. It's us. It's From the Hill Podcast. Download Yappit, where you get paid for your posts, likes, and shares. Yappit is a new wave. No more posted for free. Enter promo code AMSports1 to receive your bonus points. Download Yappit today.
Time to get up and move just a little bit. Let me see your best move. What's up, DJ Zach Gallen? Drop that beat. Is this your song, ain't it? Oh, my bad. You sit down. Don't be scared. Go on in. Okay, then. There we go. Y'all join in with it. Y'all been waiting on this moment all evening long. There you go. Show up.
Bethunecookman. Coach, we were talking about it. Jesus Martin is very physical.
Yeah, he's really he's laying the wood out there. When he has a foul and or a rebound, man, he's being real aggressive. And as a coach, you like to see that, especially on the road. You got to set the tone, and he is definitely setting the tone for Bethunecookman.
Absolutely. Going to the line right now is another part of that international flavor in today's game. It's Warren Ye. First free throw attempt of the day. A is good.
Yep, used all parts of the rim that time, but he was able to get it to go down.
Warren Ye, young man from Taiwan. Part of that international recruiting that Coach Kuechly Jr. has a hand on. Second one rims in and out, but he does tie the ball game up at 29 apiece.
Right, I think I'm glad to see Alabama A&M come out and try to trap again, because I think they got the pulse of the game going with their defense.
Seneca Willoughby gets it over to Trey Thomas. Thomas, a Hampton transfer. Stops in the paint, then dishes inside, and getting the bucket right there for Bethunecookman is Daniel Ruzan.
Yep. Yeah, that guy's having well, I'm not going to say a career game, but he's having a great game.
Exactly. For him, it's now 17 points in the first half for Bethunecookman. Bethunecookman throws it across court, gets it back in the hands of Trey Thomas. He thought about a three-pointer. Instead, he's going to try to drive, stop, pops, cannot hit on his shot attempt. Rebound goes to Chad Moody. Jalen Colon bringing the ball up court. They're swinging over London Riley, over to Lorenzo Downey, and the rifleman this time cannot hit from three-point range.
Yeah, he got distracted on that one.
And they're going to get Warren Ye for a blocking foul here. Yeah, he was trying to take the charge, but at the same time, his feet were moving as he was in a defensive stance.
And that's going to put the Wildcats at the free throw line.
Absolutely. 17. Well, is it 18 foul? Okay. So Bethunecookman will be shooting free throws from here on out. We only have a minute 30 to go.
And Reggie Ward's at the free throw line. He shoots at a 66% clip on the season. First time at the free throw line today.
First free throw is up and through. So, of course, lots of action going on around the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We'll give you two final scores. Alabama State pulling off a victory over Florida A&M, 60-59 today in Montgomery. The Rattlers will be here on Monday night. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. for the men. Also, Jackson State, Coach Mo Williams and company, they beat Alcorn State 71-63 to protect the home floor.
Right. I told Carlos Brown them today that I didn't think Bam could come on the road and win at Bama State.
Here's A.C. Bryant, and he's going to draw a foul coming up. Got a pretty big one going on in North Louisiana right now. Grambling leads Southern 47-43. 14 minutes to go in the second half of that one.
But right now, Alabama A&M is going to have to take it out of bounds under the basket, because that's only Bethunecookman's 15th foul.
It's funny, too, how you mentioned it's only their 15th foul, because Bethunecookman has been very aggressive and physical today.
Yep.
Like this guy that's checking back into the game, David Onanaina. He's been quite physical. Just ask Bilal Abdul-Rahman.
Yep.
Is Jalen Colon with 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. A.C. Bryant thought about a three-pointer. Instead, he's going to drive inside, and we're going to get a jump ball. Possession now still with the Bulldogs. So 10 seconds remain on the shot clock, and St. Lucie checks into the game for London Riley.
Right. So now all 5 players need to know that there's only 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
And they'll throw it to A.C. Bryant. Bryant with 8 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5. Bryant inside. He'll draw a foul.
And they're going to count it.
And count the basket for A.C. Bryant, the young man from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah, Reggie's trying to tell him, hey, man, this is not the NBA. You know, he thought the foul was on the floor, and they gave him continuation. That's what Reggie was used to doing when he was playing for the NBA.
Yes, sir. So instead, AC Bryant has a chance to get the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And he does. Reggie Theus, two-time NBA All-Star in 1981 and 1983, NBA All-Rookie Team in 1979.
And he's going to get a timeout, 30-second timeout, so he can try to draw up something. He wants a good shot with only 51 seconds left in the half. To be honest, right now, if he goes quick, he can do a 2-for-1.
Hey, good, yes. 51 seconds on the game clock, 30 seconds to go on the shot clock.
That's why you got to have quick hitters in your repertoire, because you can get 2 possessions at the end of this half.
Absolutely. Let's take you back down the timeline. The 1979 All-Rookie Team included Reggie Theus and Michael Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
For those that wondering why they've heard that name, he is Klay Thompson's dad.
Yep. Terry Tyler was on that team, and now he was a stud out of Detroit. Yep.
Of course, Coach Theus played for the Chicago Bulls for a number of years. We talked about it earlier. They traded him. Then they decided to draft Michael Jordan. Played for the Kansas City Kings, and then they moved to Sacramento and became the Sacramento Kings. Also had stints with the Atlanta Hawks, Orlando Magic, and New Jersey Nets. We'll have to talk about his coaching details at another point in time. How about the acrobatic shot right there by Trey Thomas?
Yep, 360 on that shot.
5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bethunecookman on top, 35-32. AC Bryant coming off the screen. Steps back for the three-pointer, and it's good from downtown Huntsville. AC Bryant is really starting to feel it now here in the first half.
Now, and because of what Coach Theus did, now they get an opportunity for another shot.
Shot clock is turned off. 9 seconds to go. Here's Trey Thomas. Thomas coming off the screen. Here's Thomas driving inside, and then the dish off on the baseline, and the bucket will be good at the buzzer by Bethunecookman. Scored that bucket right there for Daniel Ruzan, who now has 19 points in the first half. So
big night for him. Big night for him, Mo.
Exactly. We played one here inside of the event center. Bethunecookman 37, Alabama A&M 35. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll we're getting ready for second half action here inside the Alabama A&M Event Center. Good evening, everyone. That's Coach Van Pettaway. I'm Mo Carter, and right now the Alabama A&M Bulldogs trail 37-35 thanks to a buzzer-beating shot by the Wildcats at the end of the first half. Coach, if you were Coach Otis Hughley Jr., what did you tell your team in the locker room?
First thing we'd be talking about is intensity. You don't let them come in here and be more play with more intensity than us. And then at the same time, we got to rebound the basketball, because you cannot allow them to come in here and out-rebound you. And that's the difference in the game right now.
And we already got an early whistle, 11 seconds into the second half.
Right, I think they isolated Moody that time and got him on that foul.
So here's Bethunecookman. Get in the hands of Ruzan, the leading scorer with 19 points in the first half. He'll kick it over. Here's a three-pointer by Kamara, and it is good from downtown right
First
there.
First of the game.
Yes, prior to that shot, Bethunecookman was 0 of 8 from three-point range. And then here's Quincy McGriff tipping the ball into the front court, and then the ball is stolen by Bethunecookman. Wildcats have an opportunity to push their lead past 5.
Right, that's unfortunate for the Bulldogs.
Trey Thomas for 3, and it is good from downtown Huntsville. All of a sudden, it's an 8-point game in favor of Bethunecookman.
Right, and that's not the way you want to come out and start the second half at a home game.
Quincy McGriff running the offense right now for Alabama A&M with his team down 43-35. Get it over to Lorenzo Downey. Downey pulls up for 3 himself, misses the shot. Rebound goes to Daniel Ruzan. He's now got 19 points and 6 rebounds.
Right, he's doing it all for Bethune right now.
He really is.
But right now, the Bulldogs need to stop. They need a defensive stance. And they just got to board their backs, man. There we go.
And there's a steal right there by Alabama A&M. Taking it to the rack is Chad Moody. He won't get the bucket, but he'll go to the free throw line for Alabama A&M.
And that's a good foul, too, because Jesus is a part of that. It's just part of that aggressiveness that Bethunecookman has, and that's his third foul. So that was a good take by Chad to draw that foul.
Let's check in with some other scores from around the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We told you it was getting heated in North Louisiana. Right now, Southern back on top of Grambling, 65-52. Down in Prairie View, Texas, as Chad Moody makes the first free throw, it is Arkansas Pine Bluff leading Prairie View 63-62. Alabama State final score over Florida A&M 60-59. Rattlers here on Monday at 7, and Jackson State beating Alcorn 71-63.
I'm gonna tell you now, if Southern wins this game today, that means that they got just the 2 games on the road. That means that they can split on the Florida and then win at home. They got them a championship on the men's side.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Jaguars 2.5 games ahead of Jackson State with a victory today. They'll be 3.5.
Right.
They'll be 3.5 with 4 games left.
Correct.
So basically, yeah, a victory today and a victory in their next game, they win a share for sure.
Right.
For Coach Kevin Johnson and company. Ball goes out of bounds right there on that play for Alabama A&M. Last touch, though, by the Wildcats. Yeah, so in the men's standings, I mean, really, when it comes down to it, the best thing Jackson State could really do is just hope Southern can, lose 2 games and then they can tie, even though Southern does have the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Tigers, which are led by Mo Williams.
Right. And see, right now, Alabama A&M, they got 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Their offense is not flowing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to figure out how to score the basketball in a hurry.
Here's Say Luce. He's going to try the deep 3-pointer, and it's good. Say Luce from downtown Huntsville gets his team back into the game. It's 43-39.
Right, that's a good shot by Say. Glad he made it, but that's fool's gold. You don't want the 7-footer out there shooting the threes. Get him down on the block. Let's get some dunks in. Let's establish ourselves in the paint.
Here's Ruzan, and there's going to be a foul called on Alabama A&M. Renzo Downing is going to be called for the personal foul on that play.
And then Downing, yeah, they're going to give it to him on the baseline because that was not a shot.
There was some fans behind us yelling at the official saying, yo, you didn't shoot the ball. Here's Trey Thomas gets the ball in the corner. There was a whistle before he got a shot up, though.
What? I'm trying to figure out what was the stopping action for.
I was trying to figure that out myself. The official was talking to Coach Diaz. In the meantime, there's a shot that's off the mark, but the putback is good right there by Seneca Willoughby. Bethunecookman's lead is back out to 6. Here's St. Luce. He's going to try the 3-pointer again. Rims in and out, and then the ball goes out of the hands of Chad Moody. But coming up with the ball is St. Luce. Here's Lorenzo Downing for 3. Off the mark. A.C. Bryant gets the rebound. And they're going to step on the line.
Yep.
Coach, I didn't get a chance to talk about this earlier. At least for the men, they are also rocking black uniforms.
Oh, yes.
With the maroon numbers and a white trim, maroon letters.
Yeah, but I know my players that are seeing this now, man, they're probably saying all kind of things about me. But they would not allow us to go with this black. We could even trim in black back then. And that came from the administration.
Well, as you see, times do change, and it's all about the kids now.
Right.
In a sense, and glad the administration, heard from it. Here's Chad Moody with the steal. Can Chad Moody take it to the rack? No, he cannot, because it is blocked by Bethune-Cookman. Bethunecookman.
Yeah, that was Sandwich that time, and that was Kamara that time.
And we're going to have an offensive foul on Bethunecookman. Alabama A&M will get the ball right back.
That's going to get Ruzon that time on that foul. That's just his first, man. So you got to attack him. That's just his first foul. And he's got 19 points.
Jesus Martin is going to take a seat right now for Bethunecookman. Checking back to the game is Nick Ward Jr.
Right. Now, I love the black uniforms that A&M has on tonight. And I told you this before. We debuted Southern's black uniform. Master P gave them a set of black uniforms, and they chose us to wear them again.
I remember that. If I recall correctly, and I'll have to ask Carlos Brown this just to make sure. I want to say they had black uniform, and then they had like a dark blue, but it had like a camouflage.
Mo, I remember that. They do. You don't have to ask Carlos. I saw that.
Okay.
Yep.
And it wasn't just for basketball. I remember baseball had them as well.
But now, see, I don't know about baseball, but I do know your basketball had them. Master P did a masterful job back then of sponsoring Southern Athletics.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, No Limit Records and Southern University had a very, very good relationship. And I'll tell you this, if it was today, it would be way better because of what NIL is.
Yep.
Back then it was more of a, hey, we can donate.
Right. And he donated the equipment and stuff for them, and they look good.
Absolutely. It's Lorenzo down here. Ball goes out of bounds, and we've got the under 60 timeout. 15:46 to go. Bethunecookman leads Alabama A&M 45-39. Swag basketball on Bulldogs All Access, which is brought to you by WJAB. We'll be right back.
Bulldog fans, get ready. Dawn Thornton camp season 2025 is here. Join head coach Dawn Thornton and the Alabama A&M women's basketball staff for elite training, skill development, and fun this summer at Elmore Gymnasium. Camps include Future Bulldogs Day Camp, June 2nd through the 5th, Team Camp, June 7th, Skills and Drills Camp, June the 28th, Top Dog Camp, August the 2nd, and the D. Thornton Hoops 2.0 Free Camp, August the 3rd. Don't miss your chance to train like a Bulldog. For more info, contact Coach Brianna Brown or follow at AAMU WBB on social media. Sign up today and get ready for camp season 2025.
Coach, how's this year's lineup looking?
It's looking great. We got a lot of MVVs, and they are looking outstanding. Next.
Yes, what about trades?
Ma'am, University Kia always gives up to $5,000 of a KBB trade-in value. Right now, get up to $5,000 over book value for any trade. Shop from our large selection of new 2024 Kias, including hybrid and fully electric EV9. And if you bring home $350 per week, we want to approve you for a new Kia today. Only at University Kia.
Here inside the event center, Alabama A&M trailing Bethunecookman by a score of 45-39. Let's go to Evan Hayes with the Bulldogs All Access sideline report.
Now, the coach who was emphasizing to settle down. They are still in the game. Don't want to get this game away from it. Trying to keep all the energy low in the huddle. But on the offense end, using DHOs to get within the paint, because he's saying BCU is not playing hard enough defense to dictate what AMU is doing right now. So he just wants everybody to settle down, run the offense, get into the paint, and get some good shots. Back to you, Mo.
Thank you so much, Evan Hayes, the Bulldogs All Access sideline report. There's a block by St. Lucie. Oh, if they saw Chad Moody a second earlier, he would have had a wide open dunk. Instead, Moody now gets it inside the paint. Goes up, shot, partially blocked by Bethunecookman. Ball goes out of bounds on Alabama A&M. Moody hits the deck in the process.
Right, they missed him early on because they weren't looking up the floor to advance the basketball. And now on the offensive end, they want to go to that dribble handoff. That'll be fine unless Bethunecookman starts trapping out of it.
So here comes Bethunecookman. Moving from left to right on your television screen. They'll get it to Ruzan. Now in the corner. Here's a three-pointer for the Wildcats. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Moody.
Right. So now the Bulldogs need to push because they're playing pretty good half-court defense.
Moody with his 6th rebound. A.C. Bryant coming off the screen from St. Lucie. 16 seconds to go on the shot clock. And
they're going to get a foul on Bethunecookman on the pass that time. Yeah, they're going to get number 15 on that.
Nick Ward Jr. Coming up with his personal foul.
That'll be his 3rd.
Here's A.C. Bryant getting the rock, kicks it over to Quincy McGriff. Now over to St. Lucie. Handoff back to McGriff, and McGriff's going to be called for a travel. He took one extra step before dribbling.
Right. You got to be able to come up with an offensive flow. That's the Bulldogs. Another turnover. That's their 7th turnover of the game.
Bulldogs trailing by 6 to Bethunecookman. Don't forget to tune in on Monday night for our final home broadcast of the season, as Alabama A&M will play host to Florida A&M, a team that fell to Alabama State today 60-59.
And Mo, they're playing better basketball. If you look over the last 8 to 10 games in the league, they probably have the best record now, other than Southern. Now they're playing some great basketball.
So we will see the Rattlers in their gold and orange on Monday night for the final time of the season here on Bulldogs All Access. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Join Coach and I for one final broadcast. Bethunecookman call for travel. Alabama A&M will regain the possession.
Yeah, got to take your luggage with you when you're coming from Tallahassee.
You know,
I'm sorry for Daytona.
Well, you still got to kind of go somewhere past Tallahassee at the Daytona.
Yeah.
And ball goes out of bounds. They're saying Downey last touched it, so it'll be Bethunecookman ball once again. Turnover frenzy the last couple of possessions for the Bulldogs and Wildcats. Trey Thomas, a Hampton transfer. Ooh, thought about a way.
That would have been an NBA 3.
Absolutely. Instead, he'll take the outside jumper right inside the three-point arc. But Bethunecookman runs down the rebound. Nick Ward Jr. gets it. Thomas.
About 11 offensive rebounds for them.
Thomas being guarded by Bilal Abdul-Rahman. He'll swing it over. Extra pass. In the corner for 3. Off the mark for Bethunecookman. That shot is missed by Jesus Martin. Here comes Alabama A&M. Bilal running the ball up. Gets it over to Lorenzo Downey. Straight away 3. Hits the back iron. Rebound. Bethunecookman going to the hands of David Onanina.
And Bethune is walking it up the floor. Mo, they're trying to get into their offensive set. Coach Fields is orchestrating everything.
Here's Thomas blowing by everybody, taking it to the rack, and gets the bucket right there.
Right.
Man, that roll was about as kind as you can get, right, Coach?
Right. It hit every part of the rim. But they're going to get Bethune for a push that time. Saban's trying to get the ball into Chad Moody. And if that's Ward, that's going to be his 4th foul.
12:58 to go here in regulation. Bulldogs trail by 8.
But you take Ward out and you bring Rosen back in. Wow. That doesn't help the Bulldogs.
No, Rosen has been quite the treat today for Bethunecookman. 19 points. He's only averaging about 11 on the season.
Yep.
Darius Darius Ford into the game now for Alabama A&M. Here he is running PG, gets it over to Bilal, into the hands of A.C. Bryant. A.C. Bryant takes a three-pointer off the mark, and we're going to have a loose ball foul. Looks like it's going to be on Bethunecookman.
Right. Yeah, they were holding. He was doing a good job of trying to get to that basketball.
David Onanina being called for the loose ball foul. And
next foul will put the Bulldogs at the free throw line.
Ayak Ayang now into the game, and
they call a walk on that.
So Alabama A&M missing out on a golden opportunity to cut into this lead. So we got Seilu Say and Ayak Ayang now in the front court for Alabama A&M.
So size-wise, they can match up.
Absolutely. Here comes Bethunecookman. Thomas tries to do a step back jumper. Ford knocks it away, but then the ball is stolen right there by Kamara. He'll get it back over to Thomas. Thomas, the straightaway three-pointer way off the mark. Air ball, but Bethunecookman does keep the possession. Now going inside right now is Ruzan. His baby hook off the mark. Rebound Bethunecookman. And then we'll have a loose ball foul. Looks like it's going to be on Alabama A&M.
Yep, they're going to get the Bulldogs that time.
Yeah. And Gaka Yang is going to be called for that foul right there. So going to the free throw line right now is Daniel Onanina.
And on the season, he shoots it at 57%.
Hits the back iron off the mark.
And he's stepping across that line. Coach Cuban pointed that out to him in the first half. But he's stepping across that line when he shoots that basketball from the free throw line.
It's gone final in Texas. Arkansas Pine Bluff beating Prairie View 75-64. Second free throw rims in and out, and then there's going to be a loose ball foul. Well, oh, okay, never mind. Thought it was loose ball foul for a second instead. Ball knocked out of the hands of Alabama A&M by Bethunecookman. Last touch by the Wildcats. Ball goes back over to the Bulldogs.
And now Darius Ford has the point for the Bulldogs. He's got to get them into a set. And with this group on the floor, they can go inside.
Zhang Yang. Seilu Say now in the hands of Dylan McClain. McClain driving inside, use the left hand, and the shot is blocked right there by Kamara. That's like Kamara's fourth block of this game.
They're going to get a hold on Say.
Yeah, they tried to go to Ruzan, nothing doing. But in the meantime, we got a sports media timeout. Let's take it with them. Alabama A&M trails 47-39. We'll be right back.
PT, Pastor Troy, 2 Corinthians 2:14, God says, I will always cause you to be triumphant. Listen to me, whatever you're going through, God will always cause you to be victorious. Come and worship with us at the Fellowship of Faith, where Jesus is exalted, the word is explained. Let's go, Bulldogs.
Be sure to subscribe to From the Hill Podcast on YouTube to stay updated with A&M Athletics and the HBCU community as a whole. New episodes are every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's fun. It's you. It's us. It's From the Hill Podcast.
7:41 to go here in the second half. Alabama A&M trailing Bethunecookman 47-39. What you got, Coach?
And Mo, the Bulldogs are scoreless for the last 6 minutes and 9 seconds. In fact, they've only scored 4 points in the second half. They're 1 out of 10 from the field. That's why you got to run specific sets to try to get somebody going on the offensive end for Alabama A&M.
Absolutely. So here's Alabama A&M on the defensive side of the ball. Jesus Martin now back into the game for Bethunecookman. We talked about how physical a player he has been. They try to throw it inside, and Anania.
Right. Good high-low that time. That's your boy Ruzan making that pass.
49-39, 10-point game in favor of Bethunecookman. We saw a lead this large in the first half before Alabama A&M was able to battle back into there. Darius Ford puts up a shot, and he's going to get fouled in the process.
Right, they're going to get number 10 on that. That's going to be Kamara going to come up with that foul. That'll put Ford at the free throw line, but he'll have 2. And on the year, you know, he's a pretty good free throw shooter.
Khalil Kamara, young man from the Bronx, New York, actually played majority of his college ball at West Virginia State. Okay. You talk about a guy that like made the leap up from the lower divisions. I think so. All the way to the Division I level. It just goes to show you, hey, if you can play, somebody's going to find you.
Yep.
Someone is going to find you. Here's Darius Ford knocking down the second free throw attempt.
And so now the Bulldogs, they got to get it done on the defensive end of the floor. They got to crack. If they give up the shot, they got to make sure that they get the rebound. There's the first turnover.
Yep, there's a turnover. Want to make one real quick correction. They've moved up to Division II in recent years. They were NAIA for a number of years as far as West Virginia State, but still in all.
Right.
You know, for a guy to for a guy to still, you know, move up at any level and play competitively is always a solid thing that you see, and you see that working out for Bethunecookman. Alabama A&M with the ball, down by 8, almost 10 minutes to go here in regulation. Shea Lucey hands it off to Darius Ford. Ford finds Dylan McClain, the corner three-pointer, off the mark. Rebound, Shea Lucey, the putback not good, but he'll draw a foul.
Yeah, with this lineup on the floor, Alabama A&M's got to find somebody that they can sit down in the paint to get the ball inside. You're struggling from the offense end of the floor. You got to be able to hit free throws. You got to, in turn, get them in foul trouble. So that's Bethune's 8th foul. So you're shooting 1-and-1 for the rest of the way. You're in the penalty for the rest of the way. Got to be aggressive on the offensive end.
So here's Shea Lucey at the free throw line. First free throw is good. AC Bryant checking back into the game now. He's going to give Dylan McClain a breather. McClain sitting near the front of the bench, so probably won't expect him to take a seat that long. Second free throw is true for Shea Lucey. It's a 6-point game here inside the event center with a little over 10 minutes to go. Alabama A&M trying to put on a little half-court press. Jesus Martin gets trapped, but then he finds a free man. And going to Dunk City right there was Onanina with the big dunk for Bethunecookman.
Right, you allowed them to pass it out of the trap. You cannot do that.
It's Clarence Crosby now. Going in the paint. The ball got away from him on that one. And then there's going to be a loose ball foul. And they're going to get Crosby on it. Seneca Willoughby was the recipient of that hard foul.
Yep. Yeah, Crosby was just trying to get that ball back.
So here comes the Wildcats. Running the offense, Trey Thomas being double teamed. Eventually gets the ball back over to Willoughby. Now in the hands of Martin. Martin backing down his defender. Trying to go baseline. He'll get the extra pass off. Here's a three-pointer from the far wing, and it is good by Khalil Kamara.
Right, the Bulldogs did not rotate well that time. Don't found the open man.
54-43 is the score. A.C. Bryant running the offense, gets it over to Darius Ford. Here's Ford. Pulls up inside three-point range and hits over two defenders. And following that bucket, timeout is taken on the floor. And we're going to take it with them. So with 9:08 to go, 54-45 is our score. More SWAC basketball on Bulldogs All Access next.
At a moment when our campus is growing, enrollment is surging, and research and programs are reaching new heights, the world is seeking the kind of talented leaders who have always defined Alabama A&M. This next chapter is ours to write. You can get involved now. I ask each of you to answer the call of this institution where service is sovereignty by helping us in the celebration of 150 years of Alabama A&M University.
Attention Bulldogs, Church and Rally Town, sponsored by R&R Sports. Visit the R&R Sports family for all your Bulldog game day apparel. Serving AMU and the Huntsville community for over 20 years. Go Bulldogs.
We need some more energy from you. Your Bulldogs are working hard on the court, and it's time for us to have their back. I need you to cheer louder. I need you to cheer.
And welcome back to SWAC basketball. Let's go over to Evan Hayes.
Coach Hughes was emphasizing on the offensive end, better ball movement. He wants guys going north and south, not going east and west to put more pressure on BCU. On the defensive end, getting on the open shooters and just overall better effort on the defensive end. They've been getting way too many open shots and easy looks. With time not on our side, we have to make this change right now. Back to you, Mo.
Right. Yeah, there's plenty of time left. They get the turnover. Let's see how they get this.
Here's A.C. Bryant going to the rack and scores at the cup. A.C. Bryant makes it a 7-point game. Trey Thomas, ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs.
They got the stop, and then they got the basket that they were looking for. Now you just got to string together a couple of stops and force some turnovers, live ball turnovers, so you can get some easy baskets.
Still a lot of time left, too, Coach, to do all that.
Yeah, there's plenty of time.
8:51 to go, to be exact. As Ananina gets the ball off the inbounds. It's Willoughby. Back over to Trey Thomas. A.C. Bryant swats the ball out of his hands momentarily. Thomas being guarded by Lorenzo Downey. He runs into a wall, throws up a wild shot. Rebound goes to Alabama A&M, Darius Ford.
Right, you got to push before they get their defense set.
Ford hands it off to A.C. Bryant. Bryant driving inside. Used the right hand this time. Can't finish at the rim. Rebound, Onanina. 5th rebound for him on the evening.
All right, that was a good drive by A.C. Just didn't finish it.
is Jesus Martin. Tries to throw it inside to Onanina. He loses the ball and goes out of bounds. Bulldogs will get the ball right back.
Right, they got to stop. They got the stop that they need.
Absolutely. Under 8 timeout now. Let's take it with them. We'll be right back. It's a 7-point game.
AAMU will be welcoming the Train Technologies team to the Hill. All students and alumni seeking new career opportunities can visit the Train Technologies table that will be located on the second floor, section 118, to learn more about Train and opportunities available for full-time and internships positions. You will be eligible for giveaway items with your visit. Train Technologies. Attention Bulldog fans, get ready to pack the stands for the 2024-2025 season finale as men's basketball returns to action Monday, February 24th, when Alabama A&M hosts Swag Rival, the Florida A&M University Rattlers, for Mardi Gras Madness. Tip-offs are set for 7 p.m., so don't miss this thrilling evening of Bulldog basketball.
Let's go, Bulldogs. Let's focus.
7:56 to go here in regulation. Alabama A&M trailing 54-47. Coach Van Pettaway and Mo Carter along with Evan Hayes on the sidelines. This is Bulldogs All Access for SWAC basketball.
Let's see what the Bulldogs come up with out of this timeout on the offensive end.
Darius Ford swings around to Lorenzo Downey. Now in the hands of Dylan McClain. We told you he wasn't going to be on the bench too long. McClain gets it over to Downey. Downey gets it back to Clarence Crosby. Everybody's around the perimeter. Here's a three-pointer by Darius Ford. It just grazes the rim, but the rebound goes to Jesus Martin. He'll get it over to Willoughby. Now back over to Martin following a double team. Martin's looking to push it. Bethunecookman, wide open three-pointer from the corner, is up and good for the Wildcats. Let's credit none other than number 10 on that one, Khalil Kamara. Here's Crosby getting the ball in the paint. Cannot finish in the paint, though. Rebound goes to Seneca Wallace, and it'll be a loose ball foul on Alabama A&M.
Right. Coming out of that timeout, Alabama A&M had to force one as the shot clock was going down, and that's not good. But they're still in it. They're only down by 10. It's still 7:02 to go in this game. But at some point, you got to string together some stops, and you got to get an offensive rhythm.
It's Bethunecookman running the offense coming off the screen. It's Wallace. Willoughby running. The offense comes off the screen. Shot on the baseline. No good. Darius Ford gets over to Dylan McClain. May have taken an extra step. No call. McClain goes up and scores for Alabama A&M. Timeout Bulldogs. 57:49 to go. 30-second timeout. We will keep it right here, though. So in the midst of that timeout, Coach, we'll go over some SWAC scores. We got some more finals to tell you about. Southern final over Grambling, 71-64. The Jaguars get one step closer to clinching the regular season title on the men's side. Of course, right here it's 57-49 with under 7 minutes to go. Over in Houston, Texas Southern leads Mississippi Valley 29-13. Other finals we've had from the day: Alabama State beating Florida A&M 60-59. The Rattlers will be here Monday night at 7 p.m. You can see that game right here on Bulldogs All Access. Over in West Central Texas, technically. Prairie View falls to Arkansas Pine Bluff 75-64, and Jackson State comes up with a 71-63 victory over Alcorn State. Shannon Grant scoring 25 points in the victory for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's been tough out there for Prairie View this year on both the men and women's side.
Absolutely. And, I remember the game for the men. I remember they had, 8 guys that were available to play, and then they had to basically tell another guy to go dress at halftime.
Yep. Good turnover. The Bulldogs forced that turnover, so now you need to score.
And, Coach, we talk about standings. So right now, Southern continues to solidify their spot as number 1 in the league. So I say maybe 2 more wins in their final 4 games, and they'll wrap up the league title. And then Jackson State's right behind them. And then following that, you got Alabama State, Florida A&M, Bethunecookman, Texas Southern, Alcorn State. So that's 1, 2. That's 5 teams within a half game of each other between 3 and 8.
Right, that's a log jam.
Well, 3 and 7, I should say, with Grambling and Alabama A&M right behind them.
Right, and with that foul, that's going to put A&M over the limit. So Bethunecookman will be going to the free throw line.
All right, get ready for some free throws, everybody.
See, Alabama and Bethune was in the penalty for quite some time. The Bulldogs just have to take advantage of it. That's going to put Willoughby at the free throw line. It's his first time at the free throw line today.
First free throw for Willoughby. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Lorenzo Downey. Let's see what Alabama A&M can do now. Darius Ford pushing the ball up court. Gets it over to Dylan McClain. He thought about a three-pointer. Instead, he'll kick it back out and get the ball right back. They're trying to work it inside to Moody. And
Moody wanted to foul on the push.
Nothing doing there, though. Here's another outside three-pointer by Alabama A&M. Missed.
Yep. But
Downey gets the rock, but they'll call travel as he goes all the way down to the floor following the rebound.
Right, and that's a tough break for the Bulldogs because they finally got an offensive rebound. I guess the Bulldog faithful not.
Some are starting to walk away.
Right. Still a lot of time left on that clock.
Indeed. Indeed, a lot of time left on the clock. But in the meantime, the ones that are staying, they'll be able to see if Alabama A&M can come back from a 57-49 deficit. As we mentioned, another big weekend for Alabama A&M athletics, as there's a steal by Lorenzo Downey. Gets it up to Chad Moody, who goes to Dunk City right there for Alabama A&M, and that will wake up some of the fans here inside the event center.
Yeah, so you're within 6.
Willoughby trying to go inside to Onanine, and the ball is stolen away by A.C. Bryant. Bryant trying to get between some Bethune-Cookman players, and he's got to give the ball up, and he does. He gets it over to St. Lucie, who now gets it in the hands of Darius Ford. Alabama A&M with a chance to cut into the 6-point lead. Ford, the spin around, the step back, no bucket though. Rebound Alabama A&M, and there's going to be a loose ball foul this time as Lorenzo Downey goes to the floor.
Yeah, they're going to get Willoughby on that foul, and that's going to be his second foul. That'll put Downey at the free throw line. First time today for him going to the free throw line for the Bulldogs. But he shoots it at a pretty good clip.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shoots at a pretty good clip from the free throw line and from three-point range.
Yes.
Oh, in and out.
Yep. You needed that. You needed that to continue to put pressure on Bethunecookman. So now you got to get it done on the defensive end of the floor.
It's Trey Thomas. Going inside shot is blocked. Return to sender by Say Lucé. And are they going to get Say for a taunt and tech?
Yep, they're going to get Say on that one.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. You got the block. You got the stop that you need. You just can't make these kind of mistakes.
Jesus Martin at the free throw line. The transfer from Missouri cannot knock down the technical foul shot. At least the first one. Let's see what happens with the second one. Misses both of them. And St. Lucé, a nice fist pump in the air like, yes.
Yeah, but you're giving them a possession back. Even though he didn't score. Oh, no, they're going to get the possession.
Yeah, Alabama A&M will get the possession. Correct.
So now you need to run it. You got to be specific about what you run and who you want to shoot these shots.
I think you combine that with just finding a way to get some points as well, Coach.
But in order to get points,
we got a whistle away from the ball.
They're going to get number one on that. That's going to be Thomas. That's just his first, but it does put the Bulldogs at the free throw line.
So St. Lucé will go to the free throw line right now. Very crucial free throws for the 7-footer.
The last time he was at the free throw line for the Bulldogs, he did pretty good.
And he continues to do so.
Yeah, if he's going to put the free throws down, you got to get him to the free throw line. That means put him on the block and let him work. So they can either score or draw a foul.
57-52. Bulldogs down by 5. St. Lou trying to get it down to 4. He does not, but A.C. Bryant gets the rebound but cannot get the score on the putback. Jesus Martin's got the rock to get it up to Trey Thomas. Trey Thomas wants to run full head of steam. And they're going to say ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bethunecookman.
Right. I don't think Coach... in fact, I know Coach didn't like that.
No,
you got to read. You don't have to push it up the floor like that's why he's taking him out. Coach Steers is like, no.
Well, the other thing, too, Coach Fedaway, was the fact that Trey Thomas went full head of steam in front of Coach Theus.
Right.
You can read Theus' body language like, dude, slow down or stop.
Yep.
Here comes Chad Moody taking it to the cup. Nothing doing. The putback by St. Lucé also does not happen, and then they're going to say out of bounds.
Right, it hit the back of the backboard. So, yeah, that's out of bounds. See, that's why I was saying you got to be intentional about who you want to shoot the basketball. And in this case, I would have Say down on that block because he is hitting his free throws.
Indeed.
Because you're not going to keep getting all these opportunities now.
No, not at all. And the ball goes out of bounds. Through the hands of Miss Georgia and also through the hands of Abby,
right?
One of the assistant athletic directors here.
Yeah, they panicked when the ball came over there. I think we had about 6 sets of hands and nobody was able to touch the ball.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a sports media timeout. We'll be right back with the under 4 timeout here on Swag. Well, Swag basketball on Bulldogs All
Even Bucks woke up for that one. If you think it's sweet, then watch this. Defense. 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 Defense.
All right, Evan Hayes with the Bulldogs All Access sideline report. Here's Bethunecookman up by 5. Jesus Martin gets it over to Seneca Willoughby. Willoughby can't hold on to it. Ball goes out of bounds into the hands of Dr. Paul Bryant. And back over to Alabama A&M.
Yeah, he did. That time he looked like Georgia Harrison when the ball came over there. He fumbled it all over the place.
Indeed. Miss Georgia Harrison, an athletic Hall of Famer in track and field. One of the best to ever do it here on the campus of Alabama A&M. Now her son Javon competing on Olympic level standards as Chad Moody tries to take it to the rack. And looks like Jesus got a hand on it, but then they're going to say last touch by Alabama A&M. Turnover. Ball goes back over to Bethunecookman.
Yeah, Mo, I had the opportunity to have a young man in my camps, in my NYSP program. Devon grew up on this campus. And he went to LSU for his athletic accomplishment.
Yes, sir. He did help them win a number of national championships. One of the few men ever to compete on the Olympic level in both the high jump and long jump.
Yep.
That's just not a double-double that's usually done. Three-pointer right there, though, kind of killing some momentum as Jaleel Kamara coming down with the three-pointer, extending the lead back out to 8. Bulldogs got to go on this possession.
All right, not only do they have to go on this possession, they got to speed up their offense.
And going to the cup right there was Darius Ford. He can't connect, but the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats. 2:56 to go.
But you see this all the time. People that run a system, when they get behind, it's hard for them to catch up.
Here's Chad Moody getting the ball right outside the block. He tries to power dribble, doesn't get anything going. He gets the ball right back. This time he's going to square up. Now in the hands of A.C. Bryant. Outside three-pointer. Can't bank it in. Rebound, Lorenzo Downey.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all threes. You got to get some twos in there, but they need to be quick hitters.
Time winding down, and Seneca Wallace will go with the kick ball.
Yep.
Ball will remain with Alabama A&M with 2.5 minutes to go. Down 8. Bulldogs going to need some quick stores and then some stops.
Right. You got to have some quick hitters.
Here's St. Lucie. Darius Ford now driving inside. The jump fake, and then the ball is stolen. They throw it up court, and here comes Kamara going to Dunk City. Khalil Kamara taking it to the rack for the jam. Wildcats up by 10. We did say they needed some points. Unfortunately, Bethunecookman was the one that got the points on that possession.
Right. But see, that's what I'm saying. You got to have quick hitters when you're behind. The people that just run a system, it's hard for those kids to get shots off, Mo.
Absolutely. Don't forget to join us for our final broadcast this upcoming Monday, 7 p.m. tip-off as Alabama A&M takes on Florida A&M. It's the Hill against some school that talks about the 7-something hills. If you watched our broadcast from the other night, Wayne Cartwright had the best explanation of why the Hill here in Huntsville is just the best out of all of them just in general. But it'll be Florida A&M. It'll be Alabama A&M final home game of the season and final home game for Coach and I here on the broadcast. You don't want to miss it right here Monday night, 7 p.m. Same time, same place. We make it happen here on the Hill. 62-52 is our score. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
And so Coach Spears, he's going to have his team mode to just sit back and defend, because he knows that Alabama A&M is going to take time off the clock. And AC went to the basket. That was a good shot.
Right, but closely contested by Bethune-Cookman. No points come out of it. Bethune-Cookman now back with the rock, and are we going to have a backcourt?
Yes, they're going to get.
All right.
You got to establish yourself on the ball side first.
Backcourt violation on Bethune-Cookman. Alabama A&M will get the ball right back. Still down by 10. 2 minutes to go.
Let me tell you something now. Jesus pulled something in his back. He's in pain out there on the floor right now.
Let's see if anybody else notices, though. That's the thing.
Right. See, Sade notices, and he should be coming up to get the ball.
Sade looks to set a screen. Instead, AC Bryant waves them off.
Yeah, and see, you dribbling the basketball looking to get a shot. Screen for somebody so that they can shoot.
Here's Bilal putting up a three-pointer that was not a high percentage shot. Shot clock violation.
Right, but he had to shoot that because of shot clock. See, Jesus trying to lose.
Yeah, something in his lower back for sure is aching him.
Right. I think Coach Fields done missed that.
And looks like Bilal is going to hold up on Willoughby real quick, which will send them to the free throw line. But also, Coach, I'm going to say this. It goes back to what we were saying with Jesus. Like, he is in pain. There was no way he could make such a deep, long throw into the front court.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody on Alabama A&M really even noticed that. They did a good job on denial of trying to get the ball in, but there was only one Bethune-Cookman player to even receive the ball. So he would have had to throw that ball halfway down the court.
Right. And see, Jesus is still stretching over there now, trying to, whatever happened to him, it's like he pulled a muscle or something.
Aaron Smith checking into the game, Warren Ye checking into the game, and Jalen Cologne checking into the game.
So with this group, I guess Coach is waving the flag.
Possibly. Willoughby at the free throw line right now. First free throw is up and true. And a lot of A&M faithful really starting to take their way towards the X's now.
Yep.
Team down by 11, 1:37 to go as Willoughby goes for his second free throw, and it's true. Alabama A&M trailing by 12, 1:37 to go. Bilal Abdul-Rahman going to try to take it to the rack. Nice dish off inside to Say Luce. Say Luce gets the easy bucket in the paint. 10-point game.
And Bethune-Cookman's not in any hurry.
No, not at all. And they try to throw it up to Trey Thomas, now in the hands of Jesus Martin. Willoughby back over to Martin.
The coach is telling him to bring it back.
Don't look for them to even try to attempt a shot until about 2 or 3 seconds left on the shot clock. However, they tried to throw an alley-oop. I don't know what was up with that. Alabama A&M's got the numbers, and then Bilal Abdul-Rahman.
It's a cramp.
Yeah, it looks like Willoughby is down with a cramp.
All right, that's what the trainer is going with the gun, working on his calf. So that's a big indication that it's a cramp. But they tried to throw that lob. They tried to throw that lob to Jesus.
They did.
All right. And Jesus was not able to get up off the floor like he's been all day.
Absolutely not. That allowed Alabama A&M to get down the court in a 5-on-3 situation. So checking into the game right now for Bethunecookman. This is number 21, Jarrell Love, 4-4 Texas native. And Bethune-Cookman's going to throw the ball away. Yes, they will. Bulldogs ball with 50 seconds to go. 8-point deficit. A&M's got a chance, but they got to score on this possession. Here's Bilal kicking over to Jalen Colin for 3, and it's good in the corner. 64-59. 5-point game with 45 seconds to go.
Right. Coach Steele's calling the guys over, telling them, say, hey, fellas, all we got to do is get the ball inbound.
So it ain't over yet. It's a full timeout, but we will keep it right here.
Right. I thought the Bulldogs called that timeout, but they say the Wildcats.
Yep, must have been Coach Steele, who you see right there.
Right.
Once again, everyone, don't forget to join us for our final broadcast of the season on Monday as Alabama A&M takes on Florida A&M, 7 p.m. tip-off. It's the Bulldogs and the Rattlers. One final time here for the 2024-2025 season. Coach, I cannot believe the season is literally, the home season is wrapped up for us.
Right. You know, Mo, it's just like we just started the other day. I mean, you know, these games, they come quick and they go quick, and then we get, and you and I, we got one more road trip together.
Yes, sir.
That's it for the year.
Exactly. Exactly. Which actually won't be a bad thing, because then I can do my regular 9 to 5 for a little minute before I prepare for the fall schedule.
Yep.
Yeah, prepare for the fall schedule, which will be a pretty exciting one in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, especially that weekend of October the 25th with the Magic City Classic going on, the Las Vegas Classic between Jackson State and Grambling State out in Las Vegas. Ball tapped out of bounds.
They're going to have to review that one.
Okay.
But they're not sure.
So
they're not sure who knocked that one out.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. October 25th, very important weekend for SWAC football in 2025. Magic City Classic, Las Vegas Classic. Las Vegas Classic between Jackson State and Grambling State. And then also Florida A&M travels to Baton Rouge to take on Southern. And then it's Alcorn's homecoming as they take on Mississippi Valley State. So you're talking about 4 prominent games that weekend. It'll be interesting to see the conversation that happens between Dr. Charles McClellan, Andrew Roberts, and a number of SWAC individuals, along with the ESPN rep and the HBCU Go rep, to see who even gets what game on that weekend.
Right.
Because it's going to be fun. In the meantime, Coach, let's take a close look at this. This is. All right, that's not the best angle to be looking at right there.
See, if you look at that angle, it's off of Bethunecookman.
Yeah, but you gotta look. There was a closer angle.
But I think the call on the floor was Bethunecookman's ball, though.
I think so too.
So you gotta have evidence to overturn it.
All right, here's a really good angle from up top. Warren Ye that's on Bethune. Warren Ye puts a hand on it, but I think the Bethune player may have got his fingers on it at the end.
Yeah, but the problem is their call on the floor was Bethunecookman basketball. In fact, Bethune thinks it's their ball. They're setting up on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're really deep diving to make sure this call is right.
Right, but here's the thing. Bethune thinks it's their ball. They're setting up. They're setting up for the offense. Yeah, the officials got to huddle up and talk about it.
Could this be a situation where you had a simultaneous touch, Coach?
No, I don't see it as a simultaneous touch. Yep.
It will be Bethunecookman ball. All right. So they ruled it on the court as Bethunecookman's ball, and they will stay with it as Bethunecookman's ball.
Right. The Bethune felt real comfortable with it, with that play, because they set their offense up.
So The Bulldogs will not guard the inbounder. They're trying to get it inside to Willoughby, and they do. And there's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. Let's see, it's going to either be on Bilal or Aaron Smith.
Well, they get Smith on that foul. The coach's his wrath is at Bilal. I'm not sure about that now. I think Smith bodied him up. That's where the call came from.
Okay. So Willoughby is going to go back to the free throw line. He's had a hit and miss type of day from the charity stripe. On the season, he is a 58% free throw shooter, so we've seen why.
But he's 2 out. That makes him 3 out of 4 today.
Yes, sir. Only his 5th point. But they're serving to be big in these final moments of this contest. Say Luce and Aaron Smith are going to check out. Coach Otis Hughley Jr. bringing in some shooters now.
All right, going with 5 guards so you can get it down the floor.
Exactly. No height, though. Warnier may be your largest.
The tallest,
yeah, your tallest guy. The second free throw is good. 7-point game, and we've got another timeout here on the floor, and we'll continue to take it with it. Well, now, we'll stay here, I should say.
Right. I think it's going to be a 30. No, it's a full. It's a full.
It's a full. All right, Coach and I are going to take a quick break and we'll be right back here on Bulldogs All Access, was brought to you by WJAP. And welcome back. 43 seconds to go here inside the Alabama A&M Event Center. Bulldogs trailing the Wildcats 66-59. Willoughby just knocked down 2 free throws for Bethunecookman. Alabama A&M will take the ball out. They won't guard the inbounder, so Bilal will actually get the ball near half court. Here comes Bilal Abdul-Rahman. Gets it over to Dylan McClain. McClain's going to try to drive inside off glass, and it's good for Alabama A&M.
Right, you got to score quick. Coach Steers is going to call another timeout.
Can't take him back to Daytona Beach with him, right, Coach?
Right. So he's going to probably draw up an out-of-bounds play to get the ball inbounds so they can get it down the floor. And then just rely on, with 35 seconds left, all you got to do is rely on free throw shooting.
Indeed.
And if he's going to get it into the hands of his best free throw shooters for the day, that's going to be Willoughby, Ward, and Roseanne. They're the ones that are putting them down for him.
Out in Houston, Texas, Texas Southern extended their second half lead, now leading 45-19 over Mississippi Valley State. That's the only other game in progress. Other games are going final. Jackson State over Alcorn, Arkansas Pine Bluff over Prairie View, Alabama State over Florida A&M, and Southern over Grambling. Back to our action here. It's a 5-point game in favor of Bethunecookman. Alabama A&M trying to get the ball off a steal. And we got a jump ball, and it will be Alabama A&M ball. Good hustle play right there by London Riley. Alabama A&M with an opportunity now to make this a one-possession game with a bucket coming up.
Right, but you got to get a good out-of-bounds play. You got to dial up your best out-of-bounds play under the basket.
Jalen Colon is going to take the ball out. Once again, Alabama A&M with nothing but shooters on the floor. Get it over to Dylan McClain. McClain's going to try to drive inside. The spin inside off glass and gets the bucket and one. Dylan McClain on senior day coming up big in the late seconds of this contest.
Right. And they're doing all this with their leading scorer, A.C. Bryant, on the bench.
Here's another look at it. McClain with the spin, goes up strong, uses the left hand off the spin and gets the bucket. McClain's got a chance to make this a 2-point game.
Right, with even 4 seconds, plenty of time, but what they don't see, they don't.
Now Warren Ye realizes it.
Yep.
Or London Riley's going to go back there. And the three-point play is completed. It's a 66-64 game. Jay Luce is on the inbounder. They get it in to Ruzan. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Alabama A&M ball. Bulldogs have a chance to tie it up. Even the student section realizes how big of a situation that was, but now they need them to be quiet. On the inbound, get it over to London Riley. Riley into the hands of Bilal Abdul-Rahman. No time on the shot clock. Kick out, London Riley. Jalen Colon for three. Hits the back iron. Rebound, Alabama A&M. Bilal goes high. Warren Ye for three from the corner. No. Rebound, Bethunecookman, and they're going to foul with 2.5 seconds to go. Back-to-back opportunities for Alabama A&M to take the lead with three-pointers on good looks, and they missed both of them.
Right, wide open looks, great looks, just didn't drop. It's just not the Bulldogs' day. But now when you look at it now, Mo, they only down by 2. You don't necessarily have to take the 3. You can just get to the basket, try to get the old-fashioned three-point play.
Exactly. And I mean, I understand that the kickouts were there, but considering the fact that the last 3 shots you made were drives inside.
Yep. So that puts it up to a 3-point game, and if he puts this down, that'll make it a two-possession game.
Khalil Kamara at the free throw line right now already has 16 points on the evening, 17 points to be exact. Make that 18 points. It's officially a 4-point game. Jalen Colon is going to throw up a 3. Misses the shot. Would have not made a difference anyway. Bethunecookman survives and beats Alabama A&M 68-64. Bulldogs had an opportunity to take the lead.